Chair now recognizes the gentleman from Hawaii, Mr. Case.
Chair Nagus, Ranking Member Fulcher, my subcommittee colleagues, aloha, and mahalo for the opportunity to testify in support of my bill, the Ka'ena Point National Heritage Area Act, co-introduced by my colleague, Representative Kahele, which would direct the Department of the Interior to study whether Ka'ena Point on the island of Oahu should be designated as a National Heritage Area. Our National Heritage Area system, of course, ensures that our federal government commemorates significant natural, scenic, historic, and cultural resources and offers critical support to our local communities to conserve these areas for present and future use. NHAs are inherently collaborative entities which bring federal, state, and local governments and communities together to celebrate and preserve our heritage the right way. While Congress has established 55 NHAs since 1984, there are none in my state of Hawaii. My bill, H.R. 1908, would provide the first step in designating Ka'ena Point on the western tip of Oahu as a National Heritage Area. This 3-year study would simply evaluate whether Ka'ena Point holds valuable resources that reflect our country's heritage that are worthy of conservation and recognition. It would lay the groundwork for Congress to make the final decision on a heritage area designation. For me, Ka'ena Point is a perfect candidate for NHA designation. It is home to a rich cultural history, including one of Hawaii's most sacred places, Aleina Akauhane, a leaping place of souls. According to tradition, the Leina is where the spirits of the recently dead leap from this realm to the next. Ka'ena Point is truly sacred to many Hawaiians, Native Hawaiians, and holds a unique indigenous heritage that deserves to be preserved for continued cultural and traditional use. Beyond its clear cultural value, the area is also environmentally significant as one of the last few remaining and easily accessible wilderness areas on Oahu. Ka'ena Point is one of the last intact sand dune ecosystems in the main Hawaiian Islands and is home to a number of endemic and endangered species such as the Hawaiian monk seal, Laysan albatross, and the ohai flower. Ka'ena is a perfect example of Hawaii's unique and fragile ecosystem, which we strive every day to protect and preserve. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, my bill would ensure the full collaboration of the local community in preserving the tradition and pristine nature of Ka'ena Point. Our community, our local organizations, fishers, hikers, and neighborhood groups would be engaged throughout the study process. And if the area is eventually designated as an NHA, they would be integral partners in the area's management. Mahalo again for the opportunity to speak on behalf of my bill. I also want to thank Congressman Kahele, whose district is home to Ka'ena Point, for his support in advancing this legislation. I also want to take this opportunity to encourage the Commission to support Congressman Kahele's bill, H.R. 1925, which I am honored to co-sponsor, to similarly study the benefits of another incredible possibility for National Heritage Area designation in South Kona on the island of Hawaii. The South Kona coastline, from Hawaii's last fishing village in Miloli'i to the southernmost point in the 50 states at Kalai, retains so much of the unique cultural, historic, and physical essence of the real Hawaii. It deserves federal support equally. Mahalo again, and I look forward to working with the committee to advance both of these measures, and I yield back.
The chair now recognizes Mr. Case for 30 seconds to introduce Ms. Suzanne Case, Chair of the Department of Land and Natural Resources for the state of Hawaii.
Thank you, Chair. I am indeed very happy to introduce Suzanne Case, who has served some 6 years now as Chair of the Hawaii State Department of Land and Natural Resources. DLNR is our state agency responsible for managing our state lands, some 1/4 of all Hawaii lands under direct stewardship and more indirectly, and all of our fresh and ocean waters. DLNR's responsibilities also include the preservation of our rich history and culture and the protection of our unique flora and fauna. Chair Case served previously 28 years with the Nature Conservancy, the last 14 as Executive Director of our Hawaii program. I have personally been privileged to know Chair Case all of her life, as she is my sister, and I welcome her to our committee.
Ms. Case, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Chairman Neguse. Chairman Neguse, Ranking Member Fulcher, members of the subcommittee, honorable representatives, aloha. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today in support of H.R. 1908 for a new Kaena Point National Heritage Area on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. My name is Suzanne Case, and I'm the director of the Hawaii State Department of Land and Natural Resources. I want to acknowledge and thank Congressman Ed Case and Congressman Kai Pehele for their leadership in introducing both this legislation and the South Kona National Heritage Area Bill for the equally precious coast from Kalai South Point to Honolulu Bay on the island of Hawaii. There are 55 national heritage areas across our nation, but none in Hawaii. Hawaii offers an opportunity to expand the National Heritage Area system into the tropical Pacific. Kaena Point in Hawaiian, the Heat, lies on the western tip of Oahu, by far our most popular island, facing the setting sun. Kaena is a coast of black lava and rare intact sand dune ecosystem, designated a state natural area reserve and state park. Let me give you a feel for this rich heritage. By ancient Hawaiian custom, when a person dies, his or her soul travels down the mountain ridge to the westernmost tip of the island, to the Leina Akauhane, the leaping place of the soul, and is thrust off into Po, darkness. Kaena Point hosts a famous lena, a large limestone outcropping facing the sea. These are places rich in legends of the sea cave of Nanaue, the shark man, of Mokaena Heiau Temple, high above the cliff, watching for war canoes from the west. Low-crawling endemic Hawaiian plants hold the sand above the high wash of the waves. Naupaka, Pauohi'iaka, and the Ilima, flower of royalty. Fishers, hikers, swimmers, divers, and paddlers immerse themselves at Ka'aikai, the water's edge. Native endangered Hawaiian monk seals, Ilio holoikauaua, dog that glides through the rolling waves, haul out to rest or nurse pups. Humpback whales and Pacific bottlenose dolphins swim by offshore. Now protected from predators, dogs, cats, rats, mongoose, ants, off-road vehicles, the nesting birds, long gone, have returned. Now hundreds of the grand Laysan albatross and thousands of wedge-tailed shearwaters, red-footed and brown boobies, and brown noddies. Tracks of the old sugarcane haul train remind us of Hawaii's historic pineapple and sugar plantations and our diverse immigrant worker heritage. South Kona is similarly rich in heritage with a state natural area reserve and wilderness area, preserving a stone path, ancient coastal highway, a holua slide, fishing shrines and burial caves, as well as state endangered turtles and monk seals, and dolphin resting bays and beautiful reefs. We work with many community groups who have been protecting and stewarding these areas for many years. These good people, Hawaiian descendants of the area, Kama'aina people of the land, and newcomers, pull weeds, pick up marine debris, monitor nests, report illegal activity, tend cultural sites, and guard ancient burials, and proudly practice cultural traditions. They should be included in community outreach in the National Heritage Area studies. This is our precious heritage that we inherit from those who came before. We preserve and enjoy now and pass down to those who come next. We look forward to working with the federal government together with local communities in these studies. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.